Hello, my viewers. You are all welcome to my program, Mining for the Truth, which refers to the process of digging to discover the undiluted doctrines of Christ. Joseph Atta is my name. I attend Church of Christ from Ghana, West Africa. I welcome all my viewers from all over the world: Australia, India, Dubai, USA, South Africa, Ghana, and everywhere. Brother Samuel Kobana, you are invited to the program. UMAT Campus Church, Exegesis of Gossip. You are all welcome. God bless you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, Mining for the Truth. Doris Odonko, Mrs. Atta, you are welcome. I miss you and I love you. You miss me and you love me too. Matthew 28, verse 18 to 20. Mark 16, verse 15 to 16 is saying that, "Go ye therefore, preach to every creature. Those who will hear and baptize will be saved. Those who refuse, those who oppose the gospel of Christ will be condemned." John 14, verse 6. Jesus said to him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Now this can be proved in Acts 4, verse 12. I read, and there is salvation in no other, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved." So those of you who don't know, who don't understand John 14, verse 6, the counterpart is Acts 4, verse 12. I repeat, and there is salvation in no other, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. That's why Christ is saying, or was saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me," or salvation will say, "except by me." So therefore, on the day of judgment, God is going to use a marking scheme. The Bible always has been saying, no matter who you are, whether you are a Buddhist, whoever you are, don't be deceived, because your master, I'm sure, if he is dead or she is dead, is now suffering in Tartarus. There is where all the opponents, Satan's mannequins, that's where they are. But when you do the right thing, you go to paradise. Luke 16, verse 23. Of course, the story of the rich man and the Lazarus. Having said that, today is teaching, and the theme is watch your tongue carefully. Watch your tongue carefully. And topic is the gossip. The gossip. Text: Proverbs 11, verse 13a, and James 3, verse 5 to 6. So Proverbs first. Proverbs 11, verse 13a. I read, "Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets." Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. James 3, verse 5 and 6. I read, "Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts great things. See how great a forest is set aflame by a small fire." Verse 6. "And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity or iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defiles the whole body and sets on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire by hell." Watch your tongue carefully. The topic is the gossip. We will start with the introduction. Now, let's start, because I will have to explain the gossip. Normally, people, they classify it as a gossiper. We will see whether it is true or not. God reveals to man the dangers that our tongues can bring upon us. Through the writings of James, of course, as I just read, that it can set the whole body on fire. Just as a fire can destroy a forest. So this means that the tongue can destroy the body, can cause chaos, can cause a civil war, can cause a coup, can cause demonstration. He warns us that our tongues can bring us into a state of condemnation and a sentence of punishment. Yes, if you don't watch your tongue carefully, some people have nice cases to present at court or at a gathering, but because of their tongue, sometimes the sentence is rather against them. Meanwhile, they had a nice issue to present. Even though the tongue is a small member of our body, yet it is a powerful tool and must be used correctly to avoid condemnation and punishment of any internal destiny of hellfire. If you are not careful, the gossip will go to hell, at least, in case you don't understand what I'm saying. So if you don't use your tongue very well, you go to hell. I've been saying that it is not easy to go to heaven, despite the fact that you are in the Lord's church. It will not be easy. It is not about going to church regularly and punctually. When you go to church regularly and punctually, and you don't live for God, you go to hell. When you go to church regularly and punctually, and you don't practice Christianity, you go to hell. So if you go to church punctually and regularly, and you do not guard against your tongue, and you become a gossip, you go to hell. So going to church regularly and punctually is never equal to heaven or paradise. B, at the grocery store, sometimes we see the tabloid covers that appeal to the interest of those that want to hear reports of an intimate nature of the lives of others. Of course, I will explain the tabloid, so let me read a bit. This is the work of Satan and his children, satisfying the appetite of those that like to hear and reveal personal or sensational facts about others. Many a time, we can see how even celebrities detest the people that write about them to make money. Often, you will hear of lawsuits being brought against them. Now, often you hear of lawsuits being brought against the tabloids for slander. Now, tabloid is a noun, T-A-B-L-O-I-D. So, tabloid is a noun, which means a newspaper that is about half the page size of an ordinary newspaper and that contains news in condensed form and much photographic matter. Slander is condemned by the Bible. So here we are saying that it is a newspaper, precisely concise version, and sometimes they lie against celebrities. That's a sort of a tabloid. So can be found where they sell the newspaper or grocery store, as I mentioned, and it arouses the interest of buyers, precisely those who love to read. And many a time, it is about the celebrity to defame the person. And when you are caught, they send you to court for defamation or destroying their character. And all this about a gossip who slanders. And the word slander means to defame, to criticize someone without a proper cause or proper manner. So you lie against someone to defame. So you can say character defamation. Slander is condemned by the Bible, whether they be false charges or they be truth circulated with a hostile purpose to destroy another's reputation. So tabloids exist to destroy people's reputation, but precisely it is on celebrities, and it is the work of Satan. Of course, if you are a Christian, the Christian has not be busybody. You will see all this, and the main thing that you can do regularly is to study the Bible, than to go about to slander. C, The children of Satan, gossips. When we say the children of Satan, we mean gossips. Are those who are given to fault finding with the demeanor and conduct of others, and spreading their insinuations and criticisms. So gossips, we don't say gossipers. And I will use this part to clarify the environment. Gossip, it means a person who slander. We don't say gossiper. When there are many, we say gossips. Now this also go to catering and hospitality management. We say cook. I'm not cooker. A cooker is a stove. The cooker is a stove. So if you say that I'm a good cooker, it means that you are an object. Meanwhile, you are a human being. So a cook is a human being who prepares food. Two or more, we say cooks. These are things that you must know. The fact that the dictionary has written wrongly and defined gossiper, so you go to debate. It is a wrong English. Because I've been using English to teach the Bible. And in all our native languages, there are some kind of errors in there. And so also we have errors in English. We don't say gossiper. Gossip are singular. Gossips is plural or are plural. That's why I said that the children of Satan, gossips, are those who are given to fault. They are, in fact, their technology is to find faults. That's all. They go about to find faults with the demeanor and conduct of others, and spreading their insinuations and criticism. So they criticize to defame the person. At times, their body language even speaks a lot that maybe the issue was even positive, but the way they narrate the story, every listener will see and know that it was a negative information or something negative happened. D. Gossips hurt neighbors. In case you are if you listen to me, if you are a gossip, then the Bible is saying that gossips hurt neighbors, divide friends, and damage reputations and relationships. As I read in Proverbs 11 verse 18a, we also go to 20 verse 19 and 26 verse 26b. 1 Timothy 5 verse 13. Gossips hurt neighbors, divide friends, and damage reputations and relationships. So I repeat the Proverbs 11 verse 13a again. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. So this person is non-confidential. You can't confide in him or her. Or he goes about to reveal secrets. 2019 of Proverbs. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. Therefore, do not associate with a simple babbler. The same Proverbs, 26 verse 20. Of course, King Solomon. 26 verse 20b actually. And where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. The whisperer is making reference to a gossip. Where there is, and it said, and where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. And it is true. You go to 1 Timothy 5 verse 13. Timothy. 1 Timothy 5 13. I have two Bibles. That's why I've been preaching over. Okay. So 5 verse 13. And besides, they learn to be idle, wandering about, from house to house, and not only idle, but also gossips and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. Which they ought not. So we are saying that it also wants to guard our mouth and tongues to avoid plights. If you don't want any troubles, guard against your mouth. If you don't want any troubles, watch your tongue carefully. For life and death originate from the tongue. The same Proverbs 18:21 and 21 verse 23. So 21 verse 23 of Proverbs. A wise man scales the city of the mighty. 21 verse 23. Sorry. Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. It is very simple. Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. 18 verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. So you can even rest your case in the A, that death and life are in the power of the tongue. So, objectives of the studies. A, to know who is a gossip or talebearer. If it's synonym for gossip is talebearer. 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 B, to understand the exegesis of gossip or talebearer according to Proverbs 11 verse 13a. C, to know the time biblical warnings against the gossip or talebearer. D, to know the 5 types of gossips. So we have types of them or categories. And E, the last one, to understand if God punishes the gossips. So you see that I was just warming up. Now we start the main thing. A, who is a gossip or talebearer? Please, we don't say gossiper. Please. We don't say gossiper. Gossip. A gossip or talebearer is a person that habitually reveals personal or astonishing facts. A gossip or talebearer is a person who, or that habitually, so intentionally, it is his habit to reveal personal or astonishing facts. So we mean that he goes about to listen and add to it. For example, you are traveling to Accra, or let's say you are in Ghana. So let's say you are traveling to Nigeria. The person will say that you are traveling to USA. You have bought maybe a phone, for example, iPhone 11 Pro Max. This person can say you have bought iPhone 15 Pro Max. And this can go on and on and on and on. Or at times, the person will lie against you. And you see that the lie has been packaged in such a way that it will surprise the audience or the hearers or the listeners. So they become astonished or astonished. And that's the end of their feeling. That, so this is what this person has been doing. By so saying, that is what they will believe in. Astonishing facts. He is a person who spreads rumors or reports of an event which can be secret or publicly. Something has happened inside. And this person, so let's say they are committee members, or we are in a church, we are in an organization, and something has happened. So some meeting was done and everybody was warned. Do not reveal this externally. It should be internal. Oh, he goes home. At times the person will even be recording live or maybe audio, and then later we'll publish it. That's why we're saying that a gossip is a person who spreads rumors or report of an event which can be secret or publicly. Not all things are meant for outside. Some things are meant for inside. However, the gossip is careless. He is someone who primarily idle. So the person is idle. Often issues malicious talk, especially about others. Defamation. Defame the fellow person. The person is always idle. People are working, they are learning, they are going about, they are going to work. The person is idle. And at the end, he will prepare something and then choose to slander about a person. Maybe you are not even aware. But for all you know, people have been slandering about us. Some of them you may hear, others you may not hear. And no matter who you are, people talk about you. But the worst part is when they lie against you. He is someone who slander to ruin people's reputation. As you are going and then coming, people have some kind of evil intention. They suspect you of something that you are unaware, something that you have not done, because someone has gone to them and told them a lie against you. So he's someone who slanders to ruin people's reputation. So you see that the person will tarnish your image in the society. He or she is someone who lacks credibility. The person is untrustworthy. So how can we say what he's saying is credible? Or what the person is saying is not credible. There's no fact. It is just a rumor. Finally, a gossip is a tattle tally. Tattle tally. Tattle. A gossip is a tattle tally. Of course, it is a noun to refer to someone or a child who reveals about what someone else has done. You know children and then their behavior. For children, everything that you tell them, they will also say. Don't tell your mother that I stole the egg. When the mother or when your wife is in, mommy, dad stole an egg and he said I shouldn't tell you. So if we are gossip, we see you as an infant. It means your mind is weak, you understand? Sometimes you don't even understand what you are doing. But you are my son, you are my child. We have fried an egg and then ate it. Then I've told you that when mommy comes, don't tell her that we fried an egg. This child will be the first person to report. Maybe you took something belonging to mommy. Not necessarily that you stole. But maybe you took her phone for phone call. A child who has begun to speak, he will or she will report everything. So if you are a gossip, we say you are a tattletale or tattletale. It means an informer, someone who is within. Someone who is within. So the person becomes an informer. So tattletale means an informer. Of course, it is a noun. Make reference to the name of the doer. Alright, so I think we are done with the A. Who is a gossip or talebearer? Once again, we don't say gossiper, but rather gossip. B. The exegesis of gossip or talebearer according to Proverbs 11, verse 18a. In the New King James Version, the word table bearer is used, and the New International Version uses the word gossip. In Bible studies, we are told and advised not to use only one version. Of course, I have here to be the ESV brought to me by my lecturer from USA. It is One Bible School study edition, and this is the 21st century revised King James Version. So this is the New King James Version. This one I did a course and then was given to me for free. Yes, I remember. And also on my tablets I have New American Standard Bible and then NIV. But I don't have the hard copies of the NASB and then the NIV. But we are saying that table bearer is found in the New King James Version, and then gossip is found in the NIV. So they are synonyms. So if you don't use different versions to study, and maybe you have gone for personal work. If you are going to debate with the listener, maybe you're not informed, or you are using the ESV, the person is using the NIV. Your book is saying a Talebearer, his book is saying gossip, and if you're not careful, this will turn into an argument. Some may even tend to condemn the person. Please don't condemn due to ignorance. Don't condemn due to your own ignorance. You have to study. You, the person going out to teach, you are also going to learn from the same person. I think Romans 2:22. Let's see something there. Romans 2:22. It is saying that as we teach, we also learn. I'm hoping that I will not misquote. Yes, sorry, rather 21. Romans 2:21. Therefore, you who teach another, do you not teach yourself? So imagine that I'm teaching you alone, but I'm also learning. I know the script by the grace of God. All the knowledge was given to me by God. I typed, but as I'm teaching online, I'm also learning from it. At times, I also have time to watch my videos. Of course, I put them on my SSD, slot it in my TV, and then I watch. I don't watch TV except a movie on my preaching, because I don't have time to sit by TV to tune the channel to watch. Why my Bible is there? No. I don't watch TV. So there's no way you see me watching any TV program. I don't even know the channels. Yes, I don't know. So at times I'll be indoors and then I'll be listening to my own preaching. In future, my children will see that, oh, our dad did something better when he was young. Or even when I have grown old, maybe I've lost my voice, my eyes are dimmed, where I cannot teach again. My children will continue mining for the truth, whilst I sit down to watch my videos done when I was young. Exegesis 12 verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, before evil days draw near. Alright, we continue. The Hebrew word for talebearer or gossip is rakil. 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 That's the Hebrew word for talebearer or gossip. And it denotes a scandal monger. That is traveling about to slander. So you see, the Hebrew word used in both the NIV and King James version in Proverbs 11 verse 13a is rakil. Once again, the Bible should not be read as a graphic or newspaper. Use your concordance. You see, one time about me is that I use concordance and common sense. I don't use commentary to teach my Bible. I am not condemning commentary, but I don't have any commentary. I have never ever read any commentary to teach my Bible. Never ever in my life. As I'm saying, I have no commentary. I did English for 2 years, USA, because I knew that I was going to teach the Bible using English. If I'm not boasting, I am good at English. So when I read the Bible, and then I get the Greek word, and I get the understanding. Of course, I use Strong's concordance. Now, when I get the Greek word and then its meaning, I can write one full page on that Greek word and then its explanation. Once again, I don't lack vocabulary because I read more. So don't sit down somewhere and think that I've been teaching from commentary. Fine. If you find my notes, my teaching in someone's site, in someone's commentary, does not mean that I pay from there. Never ever would I do that. I don't even go to Google to search. No, I won't do that. You see, Google is a big liar. If you're not careful, you'll be deceived. So basically, by the grace of God, I write my own script, and I also write for people outside. So don't be surprised to see my notes some, but the issue is that I'm a TA. I'm doing an online program, so I'm a teaching assistant. sometimes I have to write for my lecturers. And you are also aware that if we're a TA and you even write a book, the book will be labeled by the main lecturer. I suppose you understand what I'm saying. So though, in case you find my notes elsewhere, maybe I wrote it as my project work, as my assignment. I write many scripts, assignment. I type, and each assignment is 2,000 words. They will give you the font being I think Arial, and the font size is 10. So you can imagine typing 2,000 words with this small font size. You see, so I write a lot, and when I write, you type in Office Word. They will give you all the principles, the line spacing, the indent, everything. When I'm done, I send it to my lecturers, and they will vet using plagiarism software in case I plagiarize. That's what I'm saying, that I don't use commentary, because where I'm schooling, if you are caught of plagiarism, that is the end of the program. They don't want a dishonest. All right, we move on. So we are saying that roadkill is the Hebrew word for talebearer or gossip, and it means a scandal monger, which means traveling about to slander. So the person moves from one place to another, from house to house. So on phone calls, he calls this person and calls this person too. Now, a talebearer is someone that spreads gossip or rumors. I think this has been already explained or defined. Rumors or gossip. Rumors. Maybe the thing has just surfaced. Maybe true or not. Oh, then we'll go and then spread it. So we can cite a scenario. So journalists, you see, they go undercover to uncover some hidden facts. It could be true or false anyway. But the study isn't about a journalist. I was using as an example. A gossip betrays a confidence. We are still on the exegesis of the gossip or the talebearer in Proverbs 11 verse 13a. A gossip betrays a confidence. This is what we find in the NIV. You see, the NIV is saying that a gossip betrays a confidence, and a talebearer reveals secrets. So the New King James is saying that a talebearer reveals secrets, and then the NIV is saying a gossip betrays a confidence. So secrets and confidence, they are the same. So you can't confide in the gossip. Now let's go to Arabic. We have Targum and then Syriac or Syriac. I read a lot anyway. As a matter of fact, I read a lot. Now the Arabic version asks, in the congregation, openly and publicly, that goes about with tales from place to place, who is similar to a walking merchant or peddler. So you see that as if the person is a trader, or is a wholesaler or retailer, from shop to shop, from one place to the other, from one doorstep to another doorstep. So this is the Arabic meaning. Who is similar to a walking merchant or peddler, as the word signifies, who takes up his wares at one place and exposes them to sale and vends them to another. So a talebearer, he goes from house to house and picks up tales at one place and carries them to another and tells them. So you see that he picks from one place to your place, and from your place to another place, or back to where he came from. So the person is untrustworthy. Don't tell anyone that I'm traveling tomorrow. Oh, right from your place, he goes to another house. Hey, this man is traveling this dawn. We continue. And as by his going about, he gets into the secrets of persons and families, or is entrusted with them. His character not being known, he reveals them to others and so breaks the trust committed to him. Yes, let's say the person is your security guard. Whatever he sees, he will communicate. So they can even invite into your home. I'm robbers. The person didn't know that the person that he has communicated the information will also communicate to another person. There's a saying that don't tell anyone has 1,000 witnesses. So in the church, when we have someone who is a gossip, my friend, the church will collapse. Every church having talebearers, the church will collapse. Nothing is secret. Sometimes they even forge. They slander. To slander also means false accusation, something that you don't even know. Where you have no fact, you have not tested any hypothesis, but the person will conclude. Meanwhile, the person has no fact. The Targum and Syriac version renders it an accuser, and the same name is given to the devil in the New Testament. And indeed, such man is no better. Yes. Now, when we say Targum, we mean translations of Bible into Aramaic. As we say Targum, T-A-R-G-U-M. Targum or Targum. Translation of the Bible into Aramaic. And Targum is Jewish and Syriac Christian. Okay. So translation, now the Targum and then the Syriac version, are translations of Bible into Aramaic. So Targum alone is a Jewish and Syriac is Christian. Please, I suppose I'm not confusing you. In case I confuse you earlier, sorry. Targum and Syriac, S-Y-R-A-C, version, we mean translation of Bible into Aramaic. And here we are saying that the Syriac is Christian and Targum is Jewish. Simple. And they are saying that a gossip or talebearer is an accuser. And the same name is given to the devil. Of course, the devil will, in fact, he falsely accuse God. And continuously, he will falsely accuse. All because at the end, he will go to hell. In fact, he couldn't create hell for himself. And God created hell simply to punish Satan for persecuting Christians. If you are a Christian, you must know this basic things. Why was hell created? Why was hell created? To punish Satan for persecuting Christians. So as Christians, we are persecuted by Satan. In case your fellow brother or sister in the church is hunting you or is haunting you, my friend, the person is being challenged by Satan. I don't think that it is his own making. We are always challenged to sin. The sinner is being challenged by Satan. All right, now we are done with the concept or the exegesis of gossip or talebearer. We go to the 10 biblical warnings against the gossip or talebearer. 1. The gossip separates close friends. Proverbs 16 verse 28. And this one is a fact. Gossip separates close friends. A dishonest man spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. Once again, whisperer is gossip, is talebearer. Different versions and what they will use. So let me ask you that, has your friendship been destroyed because of a gossip? If you are married and you love to keep friends, one thing I hate are friends. So people normally say that I am unsociable. Yeah, of course I am, because I don't want any trouble. if you are not careful, your own friend, the person who normally visits your home or your house, can break your marriage. He wants favor, knowing very well that the woman can grant or guarantee. So why won't he slander against the husband to earn what he wants? This can be opposite. You are in the church, moving with one faithful brother. The Antichrist who are in the church can gossip to destroy this union. That's why they are saying that the gossip separates close friends. People who are so close, they become enemies. Or I mean, they're saying that the new enemy is often an old friend. The new enemy is often an old friend. So you see that people who were once so close can tend to become the greatest enemies of all time, all because they allowed someone in between them. So you should be careful. I'm mentioning Doris's name. Yes. No one comes between us, no matter who you are. Even if we're parents. There's no way you can, how would I say, submerged secret, buried secret. Of course, not in the form of evil. But that's how I do my coaching or mentoring. I don't want anybody in between us. There's no way you can stand between us. Never ever. All because we don't want our union to be jeopardized. We have worked since 2019. All that's why I wouldn't want to lose her in my life. So also she doesn't also want to lose me in her life. I see her as my first daughter. And whatever I will give to my child, the guidance and counseling, the advice, everything, the direction, is what I am inculcating in her. That's all. 2, the gossip betrays a confidence. So the same Proverbs. Today I will use Proverbs a lot. Of course, from King Solomon. Proverbs 20, verse 19. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. Therefore, do not associate with a simple babbler, someone who talks too much. You should be careful. And then I will signal this story. I wouldn't even say a story. False accusation on me, myself. It was 24th November 2024, last year. 24th, it was Sunday. The next day was 25th, and my name for the truth was 1 year. I began it 25th November 2023. So last year was my 1 year. So Sunday 24th, Monday was going to be 25th. Now, I think I was here, and someone called me that it is a rumor that I have a girlfriend who comes here to wash for me, to wash my clothes, and then I said, I didn't consider it to be serious. And so also the person. So the person was saying that, do they know who you are? How you worship God? Then we ended the conversation. Unfortunately, this conversation, this gossip, this slandering is for my church. Please, if you listen to me from my church, I'm facing facts, and you know I fear no one. As you see me, that's how people don't like me. I care less. I'm doing this for Christ. Matthew 28, verse 18 to 20. Mark 16, verse 15 to 16. We are in the same church. When you see your brother walking disorderly, when you see your brother who is in sin, what do? You confront the person, you interrogate or you investigate, you offer help. If the person needs to be prayed for, then you pray for the person. How can you slander that Joseph Atta, Professor Joseph Atta, that I have a girlfriend who comes to my house to watch me? So I was telling the sister that, okay, fine. Now this person, did he or she came closer to look at the clothes hanged on a dry line. Because, yeah, that's number one. Because I washed my clothes on Saturday, 10 a.m. was when I finished my washing. Because on Saturday, 10 a.m. is when I start, 10 or 11 was when I start to teach online, live. Every Saturday I teach. That's why I don't even have time to go to this funeral, wedding. I won't go. Because I've made a covenant with God that I will preach every Saturday. Unless maybe Friday was holiday, where I can record a video. But if not, before I leave home to any function, that means I'm done with my preaching. Salvation is more important than wedding and then funeral. When my time reaches, don't come. I don't care. I have a covenant with God that every Saturday I will preach. So I will be free somewhere 12 p.m. Of course, I cannot go for this funeral and then wedding. So I finished my washing 10 a.m. Then I came in to preach. 4 p.m. I was done preparing. In fact, I pounded palm nut fruit. So I was going out to throw the palm kernel, the palm nuts away. Where I saw that someone was washing outside. So even I had to return in to wear. I was wearing knickers. So I had to return in and then I wore my trousers. It was 4 p.m. where I went out to throw away the waste of this palm nut fruit. I returned back. I went to remove my dried clothing so that she could also hang hers. This was the story. This was the story. Now, on 6th of September, I got a new tenant. I think the person too, I don't blame him or her much because I'm the only person who has been staying here for the past 3 years. My landlord and then my landlady are not here. I don't hire a room where the landlord or the owner is there. There's no way I won't hide. They disturb a lot. And I hate unnecessary disturbances. So each time I'm going to hire, the first is that the owner must be away. But we have two single rooms here and there's a kitchen where their brother in school initially was coming to sleep here during vacation. This time has not been coming. So they thought it wiser that they should give it out. At least they will get something. So I was called from Kumasi that I will get a new tenant. And I said, oh, no problem. He has this girlfriend who comes here to watch for him. So you see how the whole story is about. That's why we are saying that the slanderer goes about to spread rumors. Yes, the talebearer, the gossip is someone that spreads gossip or rumors. So, number one, I thought that this person would have come closer to take pictures or videos of the hanged clothing. You understand? Then you can have evidence. How can one person, myself, wash at 10 a.m. and then still wash again at 4 p.m.? Have I given birth afresh? Have I given birth afresh where I have to be washing anyhow? I wash only once. I iron only once. That's the end. You see. And once again, this conversation was going on between my church members. I mean, some of them, which I didn't know. As I speak, I wasn't offended. You understand? Because the person is ignorant or was ignorant. We are all human beings. I mean, we have to forgive our offenders. Even if I see this person, I will never blame him or her. And I don't know who even reported the issue. But I'm saying that the conversation was going on between my church people, precisely women. And if not women, then who? But now I have to clear myself that. In fact, I didn't even clear myself. The person who called me, she defended. So I didn't even make any phone call to waste my time. Me, I don't have time. This is the work of a slander. The gossip betrays a confidence. You see, so this was a pure deformation, as we read in Proverbs 20 verse 19. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. Therefore, do not associate with a simple babbler. The person was a simple babbler. She or he was revealing a secret, which there's no credibility to this one. We move on. The gossip can ignite a quarrel. Proverbs 26 verse 20. For lack of wood, the fire goes out, and where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. Where there's no whisperer, where there's no talebearer, where there's no gossip, the quarrel will cease. That's why we say that the gossip can ignite a quarrel. For example, my issue. If I wasn't wise, I could have strayed. So this means that I would have gone to the leaders of the church to report. But as you see me, I always have been saying that even Christ was slandered against. The servant isn't above his master. I think John 15 verse 20. Let me see. John 15 verse 20. I think this is teachings, so I prefer to check. So in case, remember the word that I spoke to you. The bond servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my word, they will also keep you. So, if Christ was persecuted, so also will I. If he was insulted, so also I. Because the bond servant is making reference to a Christian, property of Christ, actually. As we read from, I think, Acts 11 verse 26, right, where they were first called a Christians at Antioch. So the gossip can ignite a quarrel. So if this report, because in fact, it was a serious offense. My church, we don't do that. And it is not even my church. Dating, courtship, betrothal does not, or they do not, do not involve any marital activities. So seriously, our church, if you are caught of that, you are in trouble. They will warn you. If you choose to be stubborn, that's all, then they will disfellowship you. But me, I feel no one. And even if this person should go and report, if you want, come and set your camera here and see whom you catch. You catch nobody. Myself, I don't like to even associate with women. It is so hard for you to see me walk. That means the person is my mentee. It is so difficult for you to see me walking with a woman. Very difficult. Very, 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 very difficult. And I will not even show you where I'm staying. None of my church members know where I stay. Some might have supposed, but I have not officially brought anyone here. I will never do that. I have my own lifestyle. I am reserved. I don't want any unnecessary disturbances. So, to some people, they would have gone to the leaders to report that I don't want any good faith thing to happen. If you want to accuse me, put on me, but never shall it be. Number 4, the gossip incites or instigates. But before we come here, my dad taught me that 1, I must not drink. I shouldn't womanize. I should not lie. A whole lot. Before I entered the church, or before I came to Talebearer in 1999, I don't womanize. I'm not saying this to better myself, but I'm telling the truth that I don't womanize. 1 man, 1 woman. 1 heart, 1 woman. Period. No one can serve 2 masters. No man can love 2 equally. it is a lie. The person becomes a hypocrite. How possible? I mean, how possible? How is this possible? That you can love two people equally. It is impossible. You will love one than the other. And this is a cheat. So therefore, I try to always live my life fashioned or patterned as my father taught me when I was only 15 years of age. I was so young. He displayed the card before me, and I chose the highest performance. So you see that I tried. He also warned me that I should be careful that when they call fools, my name will not be part. So if you are in the church and you are walking foolishly as a youth or unmarried, whoever you are, I separate you. The word is segregation. When we say segregation, we mean to move to a secluded area. I segregate myself from you permanently. Even if you change, there's no way I'll come back to you. Because initially, you showed your true colors. Who knows if this colors will or should resurface again. So me, in the church, I live as someone who is antisocial. I don't care what you are saying, the Bible is saying. You don't tell me how to live my life. You are not wiser than my father. You understand? He died in 2014. He was then 70 years. So if he had been alive, he would be 81. Now, even after 2014, he was 70 years. You are alive. How old are you? And by virtue of tradition, the elderly is wiser than the young. So if my father is older than you, then definitely he's also wiser than you. So you don't qualify to advise me. Those that he didn't teach me, I learned from the Bible. I don't need your advice. Even if the Bible is saying that we should be united because of some foolishness activities or some foolish activities among them, I chose to stand out. I think 2 Corinthians 6, verse 4 to 17. I think the verse 17 is saying that come out from among them and be separate. So you don't tell me that we are in the same church. So even if they are behaving, I should be part. Once again, my dad warned me that I should be careful when they call fools. My name should not be part. So whenever they call people who did something wrong, there's no way you find my name there. I won't even step at this event. I won't go there because I don't support sin. All right, we move on. The gossip incites or instigates. You know, incites to rekindle. We are still on Proverbs 18 verse 8. 26 verse 22. So already I'm at the 26, so I read. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body. So you see, the person can cause you anxiety. He comes to lie. If you're not careful, you even get pressure or hypertension. You start to boil. And at the heat of the moment, you can do something so nasty. 18 verse 8. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body. So you see that they so I've made it reference. They are the same. They go down deeper. They go down into the inner part of the body. So you see that as if you have drank water. It will sink into the veins and then everywhere. So you see that the person will change your mood completely. You become so evil and so meaningful to hurt someone. So you see the dangers of gossip, as the Bible is warning against. The gossip incites. Initially, I said that they can cause coup. A gossip can destroy marriage. The gossip can make you be fired at your workplace. Can cause a fight. demonstration, chaos. Number 5, Paul speaking of widows and instructs the younger ones to remarry, to carry out a role that is positive in their life and to avoid the pitfalls of sin. He teaches Timothy. So initially we read 1 Timothy 5 verse 13. Let me see if I can read that again. 1 Timothy 5 verse 13. Timothy. Okay. And besides, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but also gossips and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. They speak anyhow. They slander. The word gossips or tattlers in this text, I mean 1 Timothy 5 verse 18, is from the Greek word plurals. So plurals, P-H, you can say florals if you want. Sorry, florals. P-H-L-U-A-R-O-S. I'm trying to also to explain the gossips or tattlers. Some versions will say tattlers. Here I said gossip. Some versions will say tattlers. Means, I'll give you two different meanings. Means A, of persons uttering or doing silly things. And silly is an adjective, meaning indicative of lack of common sense. Something which is so silly. For example, the rumor that someone recently accused me of. So silly. You have no facts. On Sunday, where we are all supposed to rest, prepare for the week, you have time to call, waste money to report with a matter that someone comes here to wash my clothes. Once again, my father taught me that I should not turn my wife into a maid, a cleaner. My wife is not going to wash my clothes for me. I can wash my own clothes. My dad was washing his own clothes. So even that one was even wrong. In fact, my brother came to stay with me. My sister also came to stay with me. My niece was the last person to also stay with me. I never charged any of them to wash my clothes for me. I hate it. Yes, mostly. I hate someone to wash my clothes for me. Who am I? That I see that I am being sent, and I hate that. No book or in the Bible, I'm not sure you can prove that the woman must wash the husband's clothing. However, it is based on culture, traditions, and then customs. By then, I don't like that. All right, we move on. Of persons uttering or doing silly things. And silly, as I said, is an adjective to mean indicative of a lack of common sense. Sense is common, but not common to apply. If you have common sense, then you could have come closer to take pictures, to even ask, hey sister, how are you? Please, why are you here? Are you washing the clothes for? But because you were a gossip, you stood somewhere afar, or maybe someone even came to tell you, and foolishly, and being so stupid, you chose to slander, to defame your father. Be wise. I'm warning you to be wise. If I listen to me, you should be wise. Because next time, if I hear something of this nature, I will suspect someone. And suspicion isn't a crime. Of course, the police can pick you to go and beat you later when they see that you are not the one. They say, oh, go, we are sorry. That's all. So I can suspect you. I mean, someone, and then report him or her to the authorities. Then we sit on the issue to discuss. When I see that you are not the one, I care less. Because you didn't consult me before you slandered. So I also don't need to consult you before I suspect you. We move on. So we are saying that of a person uttering or doing silly things, talkative. So we say garrulous, or talkative, and babbling, or foolish or nonsensical talk. Yes. Normally, they go about to utter foolish words, all because they want to defame the person. Sometimes they can even edit a video and then assume that you were the one. Yes. They are so dangerous. And if you're not careful, you can go to jail on that. I mean, the gossip or the talebearer or the whisperer can gossip on you, can slander on you, and this can lead you to court. So it's a serious issue. 2 or B. We are trying to understand the Greek word phraros in 1 Timothy 5 verse 18. B. Of things foolish, trifling or insignificant, and vain, things that are baseless, no facts, so foolish and unnecessary, irrelevant, vain accusations, so vain. So this is the word gossips or tattlers found in 1 Timothy 5 verse 18. Now BI, I have still on even on the B. Okay, even that one we are done. Many would attribute this problem to those that are women, mostly. When we find average, it is assumed that women are gossips, are talebearers, whisperers than men. However, it can change. So many would attribute this problem to those that are women. Yet, still we are on the 1 Timothy 5 verse 13, and I'm trying to exegete it, the word there as gossip or tattlers, being the Greek origin as phraros, Phluros, sorry, Phluaros, Phluaros. So phraros, if you want. Initially, we say it to be silly talk, foolish and vain talk. And under 8, we are saying that many would attribute this problem to those that are women. Yet John charges diatrophies in John 3, 9 and 10. Let's something here, diatrophies. So tell John, sorry, I said John 3. Tell John 9 and 10. I think it is only one chapter. Let me see. Third John. Aha. Yeah, yes, as I said, it is only one. So, 3 John 9 and 10. I wrote to the church, but Diotrephes, who loves to be first among them, does not receive us. 10. Therefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds that he does, unjustly accusing us with malicious words, and not content with that, he himself does not receive the brethren, and forbids those who would, and cast them out of the church. Diatrophies is equal to gossips, or you can say gossip or tattlers or tattler. They are almost in the same category. Now, the Greek word for plating is phulero, which denotes I, to be a babbler or trifler, that is, to berate idly or mischievously. See, I hope I'm not confusing you. This is teachings. Bible should not be read as a newspaper or graphic. You understand? Once again, I just need my Greek concordance. Of course, it is on my phone. Strong's concordance to trace the Hebrew and Greek origin. So, prating, I think you find it in 3 John 9 and 10 when you use other versions. So, the Greek word for prating is phileurio, which denotes I, to be a babbler, someone who speaks anyhow. So, talkative or trifler, that is to berate idly or mischief. So, is that the person is a cunning and subtle. If I'm uncareful, there could be mischief. The person can easily trick you. In fact, I can even say that gossip is a confidence trickster. To utter nonsense. To utter nonsense. The person will speak things that are not sensible. To bring forward idle accusations, make empty charges, as it happened to me, and so also it is happening to everyone else. To bring forward idle empty, the person has no credibility. There's no evidence to prove his or her claims. Make empty charges. There's no content. There's no content. If you are listening to me and you were a gossip, please, you have to repent, or you go to hell's fate at the end of the judgment. Ivy, to accuse one falsely with malicious or harm words. Malicious or harm words. Or he's a cocaine dealer, or he's a gay, he's a lesbian, he's a drunkard, he's a womanizer, she's a manizer, she's a thief, he's a thief, a whole lot. Malicious or harm words. The word malicious means harm. Something which is causing pains. If you're not careful, you hang yourself. If you're not careful, you will die because someone has wrongly accused you. It is so painful. So painful to be wrongly accused. And I hate it. What I hate most in my life is wrong accusation. If you don't know, because if you're not careful, you go to jail, where you have no money, you have no lawyer. If you're not careful, there are people who are in jail because of false accusations. So it's a dangerous thing. It is a dangerous thing. So many people are in jail. Some have been sacked from their work. Someone could not marry his or her partner because of harm words. Or don't mind this boy, or don't mind this girl. A whole lot. Oh, I saw her sleeping with a man. I saw him to defame you. And this needs wisdom. Now, diatrophies, if you want, it simply means an opponent of Christianity. So, Antichrist, that's all. That's what we read in 3 John 9 and 10. Someone who opposes Christianity or someone who opposes Christian. Antichrist, someone will say anti. The word anti means against. So against Christ. So this is a person who is inside. And then he is scattering the brethren. He will scatter them all as the wolf. When the wolf dwells among the sheep, the whole flock is scattered. Or they are scattered. Because everyone will run to safety. Of course, they don't even know where they are running to. And the wolf will attack those who are weak. I mean, they are the younger ones. And when it is done, will transcend to the adults. 6. We are now on point 6. Preachers. So point 5 was on 1 Timothy 5:13, where Paul was instructing Timothy against people who are busybodies and a whole lot. So point 6. Preachers elders, deacons, and all Christians should avoid, as well as detest, this sinful action of gossip or talebearing. Leviticus 11, verse 16. Leviticus 11, verse 16. Leviticus. It is part of the Pentateuch. You mean the first 5 books of Moses. So Leviticus 19, verse 16. Let's see what is here. You shall not go around as a slanderer among your people, and you should not stand up against the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord. I repeat, the A, or the beginning. You shall not go around as a slanderer among your people. You see, don't go or don't become a gossip among or within. Otherwise, so if you're a preacher, you are elder, deacons, and even all the Christians, we should not harbor this a devilish person in our midst. Otherwise, we'll be scattered as the wolf will scatter the sheep. Number 7, you shall not spread a false report. You shall not. Please, we are on biblical warnings. 10 biblical warnings against the gossip or talebearer, or whisperer if you want. You shall not spread false reports. So Exodus 23, verse 1. The room is getting dark. The rain want to fall. So I think possibly I may on the light. If not, we'll continue. Of course, iPhone has a better camera. So you shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. Are you listening to me? You shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. The person must be exposed than to be contained. Don't join forces with the person. You have to expose the person out of the crowd. Point 8. Keep the tongue from evil and deceit. Psalms 34, verse 18. Psalm 34, verse 18. Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. We are saying that watch your tongue carefully as our team, and here it is transparently indicated that keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. You are a Christian and you are a gossip. So how can you keep your tongue from deceit and speaking evil? Point 9. The slanderer is a fool. Proverbs 10, verse 18. Oh, the slanderer is a fool. A big fat fool. That's what the Bible is saying. Proverbs 10, verse 18b. So which means I won't read the A. Proverbs 10, verse 18. And whoever utters slander is a fool. The slanderer is a fool. You have no sense in this your big head. So we assume that your head is empty. What do you gain by defaming your friend? What do you gain by gossiping to destroy people's marriages and others? Some are at workplaces, they have gossiped about their friend to the extent that the person has been expelled from the work. What do you gain? The person's money will not be added to yours. What do you gain? What do you gain? You find this everywhere. In schools, in companies, churches, homes, everywhere you go, they exist. Their duty is cheap popularity. They gossip, they send information for the world. And it is true. Some have been rewarded some high positions because they send information to the high officials. But when the boss is sacked or is transferred, it's when you know your state. Because you are then in there as an enemy to all the workers around. Because they are aware that you have been sending wrong information of them to the higher authorities. So when your boss is sacked, dies, or transferred, then that is your end. Of course, you are a fool anyway. Point 10, being the last version. Do not speak evil against one another. James 4 verse 11a. Very good. James 4 verse 11a. Do not speak evil of another. Brethren. This one, James even asks, brethren. We are in the same church. We are in the same company. We are in the same institution. And Bible is saying that do not speak evil against one another, because you are going to cause separation. Now the Greek word evil is katalalio, which means to be a traducer, and traducer means defamer, which means to slander or to speak against. Do not speak evil against one another in the church. In case I'm using the church as an example. What at all has your brother done to you? What at all has your sister done to you that you are to speak evil against the person? To defend the person. So the Greek word again, the Greek word for evil is katalalio, depicting to be traducer or defamer, of course. They are synonyms, advanced synonyms. That is to slander or to speak against. D, the 5 types of gossip. So I remember when I called someone called me from my church, a sister, and then I told her that I've prepared a teaching on the gossip. I said, hey, you and the surprises. And then I had not finished. So now I was locked. In fact, from the biblical warnings, I concluded. But something told me that now I have to find the types of gossip. So I was telling her that now I'm stuck. I have to treat, or I want to add in the types of gossip. Then she was saying, so we have the types of gossip. Then I said yes. I said, hey, wow, my first time of hearing that. So I paused the teaching somewhere because I didn't know them. And I won't tell you how I came by. My secret is my power anyway. Now if you want to learn the Bible, then see me in secret and I'll tell you. There are 5 types of gossip. 1, betrayer. Betrayer. Betrayal gossip overflows from a resentment heart. Yes. Sometimes someone has mean you. And it's not even about someone has mean you. You see, in life, when you are disciplined, your character affects those who are indisciplined. In this life, if you are righteous and you are a Christian, your character and behavior affect the Antichrist. So for sure, they will betray you. So betrayal gossip overflows from a resentment heart. The word resentment means nest bitter grudge. So the person has nurtured something inward, but you are unaware. His vengeance is to hurt by spreading lies. So the person goes about, or don't mind this man, or don't mind this boy. And he's been using the Bible to cover up, as if he's a preacher, as if he's an evangelist, but he has been sleeping with the girls in the church. Betrayer. 2, Chameleon. 2. Chameleon. A chameleon goes along with gossip to fit into the crowd, or to fit into the crowd. We all know chameleon. An animal which changes its color to suit the bushes or to suit the leaf to prey on other animals. So you see that when this chameleon is green and then he walks to maybe a yellowish leaf, the color will change from green to yellow. And because they are all in there as animals will not be vigilant enough to segregate this chameleon from the leaf or from the tree. At times it is on the tree and the same color. So as you are walking freely, then it will catch you and devour. So chameleon is a type of gossip or talebearer who goes along with gossip to fit into the crowd. So by force, the person will change color to fit in there, even if the person doesn't know you. Who don't like to listen to gossip? The whole world, we all love to listen to rumors. So the moment the person starts to speak, or they'll give him the space to enter into the crowd, he is motivated by fear and inferiority conscience, if not sociable. The person fears that, hey, I must do something to fit in because I've been isolated. That's why the person has to change to fit in there. He is motivated by fear and inferiority conscience, if not sociable. So why am I alone? Now, if I don't get acquainted, they might think that I'm planning a riot. So by force, the person will have to change from maybe positive state to negative state to join and then move on with the crowd. Now, point 3. As we read in 1 Timothy 5, verse 13. Busybody. The busybody meddles in other people's business. Yes. Busybody. So by force, before you are there, and then the person will come. You are seated closely. He comes to sit in the middle. By force, participation. By force. He gossips for personal entertainment. Yes. Even if you are bored, because he forced himself in there, because she forced herself in there, he or she becomes an entertainer. And to live vicariously or imaginatively through the stories of others, he starts to create false accusations. So somehow we say they are crafty or subtle, and it becomes so difficult for you to know that the person is lying. And the motive is that the person is trying to entertain the audience. So busybody. 4. Spy. That's what we read in Proverbs 11, verse 13a. The Hebrew word, as we have said earlier, rockil, translated as gossip, suggests a peddler of secrets, a hawker, a deceiver, or a spy. We all know hawker. For example, the person carries loads from one station to the other. So you say you are a hawker. You move from one place to another. More or less a buying and selling, or carrying goods from one shop to the other shop. Maybe the person is a passenger, so you carry the bag into the car or the bus or the aeroplane. So by the whole day, the person might have carried about 10 or 15 bags to accompany the owner in different destinations. So the person becomes a spy. Some, as they are working with you, they spy on you. That's why we're saying that the rockil, being the Hebrew word, as we read initially from the Hebrews 11 verse 18a, translates as gossip, which suggests a peddler of secrets. The person will easily reveal. A hawker, deceiver, the person can easily deceive you. The person can easily, at times, now let's assume that the person is a thief and you don't know your way. You are using maybe a map. The people will say, oh, let's pass it. Before you are aware, your bag is stolen. If you're not careful, they can even kill you. Deceiver or a spy. This type of gossip is an informer. So the person becomes an informer. He convinces to confide in him, then share it without permission. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, don't worry. This information is between you and I. Oh, don't worry. You have no problem. The person has a sweet tongue. Don't worry. You have no problem. You just tell me. And then you also don't know. And then you reveal. He betrays a confidence. This type of gossip betrays a confidence. Before you are aware, hey, your matter is everywhere. Your confidence has been betrayed. And then the last one, complainer. Complainer. Proverbs 16 verse 28. Let me see, in case I have not read. B. And then 20 verse 19a. So Proverbs 16 verse 28b. 16 verse 28b. A dishonest man splits. Sorry, I even said B. And a whisperer separates close friends. Okay, I think this has been read already. 20 verse 19. 19a. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. So the Hebrew word negan, commonly translated as gossip or talebearer, refers to slanderer or whisperer. So I'm trying to trace the Hebrew word as we read the Proverbs 16 verse 28b, 20 verse 19a. A whisperer murmurs about another person to others. So the person conveys information from one place to the other. So from A to B, from B to C, or from B to A. So before you are aware, the person has destroyed the union between the friends. That's why I said that if you're not careful, a gossip can ruin your marriage. And if you're not careful, you divorce. Because they tell you something which will descend in your veins. And now you'll be living with what the person told you. And if you're not careful, it will affect your behavior. And at the end, you will regret. E. Does God punish gossips? That's why it's yes, he does. Yes, he does. God destroys the slanderer. Psalms 105, verse 5a. So you sit down there and then think that being a gossip is a good profession. And I sat down there. That's why initially I said that you go to hell. Maybe you thought I was joking. Psalms 101. 101. Verse 5a. Whoever slanders his neighbor secretly, I will destroy. God destroys the slanderer. And here the Bible is saying that whoever slanders his neighbor secretly, I will destroy. So you go about and slander and continue to gossip, to be a talebearer, but God will destroy you. As I read in Psalm 101 verse 5a, he will destroy you. He will definitely destroy you. You will never go scot-free for defaming others. 2. God takes gossip very seriously. In his eyes, gossip is sinful. God places gossips amongst a register of sins which characterize those who are under his wrath and are worthy of death. Romans 1, verse 29 and 32. Acts. Okay, so from Acts, then you go to Romans. So Romans 1, verse 29. being filled with all unrighteousness, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, malice. They are all gossips. Verse 32. Although they know the judgment of God, that those who practice such things are worthy of death. So death, weight of death has been mentioned. They not only continue to do the same things, but also consent to those who do them. One, we are saying that, yes, God destroys or God punishes the gossip. So why we say God destroys the slanderer, Psalm 101 verse 5a. And now we read the Romans 129 verse 32, that God takes gossip very seriously. Now conclusion. Now Proverbs that we read, the Proverbs 11 verse 13a, as we use as our text, has a positive and then a negative aspect. So the negative was what we use, that's the A, what we use for the teaching. But there is the B. So Proverbs 11 verse 18b. But he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. So while the slanderer, the talebearer, the gossip reveals secrets, this person is trustworthy, so he conceals. So we're saying that Proverbs 11 verse 18b reads, but he who is of a faithful spirit conceals the matter. This is a person faithful to his friend. Once the person is faithful, why will he reveal or slander? That trusts him with his secrets, of which there are but few. He conceals the matter he is entrusted with. No matter what, armed robbers, they swear an oath. We Christians too, we don't swear an oath, but we are not supposed to reveal what is among us. The things, the secrets which are imparted to him, or word that he has heard and has been spoken to him in privacy and in strict friendship, or he covers the matter or thing. He hides the infirmities of his friend and neighbor and does not expose them as the talebearer does. No matter what you do, when you catch an armed robber or when you arrest an armed robber, no matter how you torture him or her, the person will not reveal anything. The end is that you kill him and you will not know any secret. It's all we see in movies. Sometimes when someone is caught as a war prisoner, they will torture the person a lot, but he reveals nothing. So also Christians we must do, so that our friends, our sisters and brothers can confide in us. Now 1 Peter 4 verse 8, let's see what is there to prove that this trustworthy person does not expose as the talebearer. 1 Peter 4 verse 8. And above all things, have fervent love among yourselves, for love will cover a multitude of sins. We are saying that when you love a friend, how will you betray? When there's love, it is hard. When there's a in-depth love, it is very difficult for betrayal. So you see that the same text has positive and then negative connotations. Until then, we are saying that refrain from irrelevant speech. Watch your tongue carefully as a gossip. Rather, be trustworthy, so that in our Christian endeavor, we can all be in one accord and then inherit heaven. My name is Joseph Atta. Number is 0248-026557. I thank all my viewers, my subscribers. Please continue to subscribe. My name for the truth is also found on Facebook, but I want more subscribers on YouTube. Well, for Facebook, I have about 153 followers. I think it is okay. I'm not saying if you want to follow, you can't, but they view the videos more than YouTube. I think that YouTube is more expensive than Facebook. However, all this is my need to support. Until then, see you next time with either teachings or sermons. Bye-bye.